Well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long, sliding out of the pocket. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you, pop. Check 50, check 50.
Jackson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the 1st quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the 2nd one.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Clinton McDonald. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Hassan Reddick providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I hope you brought your left, 'cause I'm about to take you to school.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
No, I'm going for my own fault.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. So as they take it over, we step aside.
You ready, bro? Later. I'll play you later. just extremely focused.
Side. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. Taken in at the 22. After one, it's 9-0. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do?
Eat them up.
You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Heat him up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words,
Murray fighting, lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
I swear to God, he fumbles more than the last quarterback.
Ready, step on the bench. 50 seconds to Mike. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray, screenplay, Johnson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson.
I like that.
53 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the Ravens have got it.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Cam, fam. My stomach feel like crap. What's up, baby? What you want? Thanks, Daddy. Yeah, scream at me again, I'm gonna pop on you.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
What the hell? Didn't he have like 3 receivers that could run? What happened to that? Whatever. Go up. Come here, wait.
And right away, he lost the football. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing in the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Tried a quick hitter inside, but that one will swallow it because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cam Newton all alone. Touchdown,
Cam.
Carolina. Cam Newton, 38 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Punching it in from a yard away. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
What?
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time.
Wait 1 second.
It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's
Wait a
open.
minute.
Time to hot-foot it and go. And boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest
Go
distance
get the
between
glizzy,
2
man.
points. Straight line.
You eat AOs, man.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, your dad had an AO recently. I'm like,
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
AOs just flipped. Everybody know that, man.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first
Right,
down.
AOs just flip, y'all.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Here's Newton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Owusu. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on.
Yo. Dante, comment, bro. Oh, he's talking about the extra time.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yo, Dante, shall I turn up right now?
The Panthers out there ready to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget it back quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long time. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that to take care of the ball is paramount. Here's his alternative.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB.
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. After one, it's 13-6.
That's it. 780. You got nothing to do. You got nothing.
On second down, McCaffrey. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the carry. So a good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. Pitches to McCaffrey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tomoda Peko racks up the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview, so I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan. And he will score! Touchdown, Panthers! Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Oh, I can't wait for A-Rod.
Extra point.
August 8th.
It's right through, and we are now tied at 13.
August 8th.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit.
In trouble, down he goes. Back at the 8-yard
Do not
line.
know already.
Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try to get some space.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 92 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive? And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
I'm not seeing him get in there. What are y'all doing?
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Following the fumble recovery, Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but in the deep.
McCaffrey trying to escape, but he cannot. They get him in the end zone, and that's a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points.
Here's Hill on the return.
Take 6.
Keep playing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Jackson to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
This is my last game.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bruce Irvin able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And the pressure gets to him again. Bruce Irvin, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Rush in. Rush in. On the ball.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ball trot.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
65. 65. Check. Rotate. Spell. Check.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 50, Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I guess little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. Newton. It's caught inside the 25. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Newton on first down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the left hash, this from 34. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bruce Irvin, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mario Addison getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Check 37. Check 37.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it. This time doesn't work out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Stop your whining.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 16. Newton is going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 32 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Gano now to add the extra point. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good. But when you know you've got rush coming and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Mario Addison. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
It looks like a blitz, but it's not.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Here we go. Strong left.
Stepping up, he's going to keep him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Newton to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
What's going on, bro?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing is Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing now is Jackson, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Now Jackson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So they have now gone for it on fourth 4 times, and they have converted no